Hi, Joe Kehrig, Managing Broker of Coldwell Banker Real Estate in Danville. And this is your San Ramon Valley neighborhood update for the week of August 30th. So we haven't seen a lot of changes. It's kind of back and forth right now with the market, and you'll see in the graphs, as we've been talking about the last few weeks, August is kind of a transition month. In the 7 years prior to COVID, it was actually the slowest month of the year where prices actually settled down a little bit because people were getting back to school, they were taking their last vacations. What we're really looking for is the next couple weeks to see where the market goes, after Labor Day. You've heard a lot about the market slowing down. I'm certainly seeing it. I'm signed up for a lot of different areas through the country through websites where I get notifications of price reductions. So what we're starting to see is if you have a pristine home, a move-in condition home, and that's why we do so much work to get a home ready, you're probably still going to get multiple offers. We're getting offers still $200,000-$300,000 above asking, which is a high price, already starting at a high price. But then if the home isn't totally fixed up, you're not getting as much action. So that's kind of what we start to see when we start to see the market turn, is where before you could put anything on the market it would sell. Now, because there's a few less buyers out there, and we'll see how that comes out in September, they're just cherry picking the nice homes, but they're still paying a top price, multiple offers, paying more than asking. So really pay attention the next couple weeks to these videos, and I'll give you a really good idea of where we kind of see the market going. And the San Ramon Valley isn't like a lot of parts of the country. It's still an extreme seller's market. Almost everything's selling, just taking a little bit longer. And we are starting to see some price reductions. Those homes that maybe aren't as tuned up, or maybe the seller, wanted too much. And that's where we start to see the market, turn, is where prices go up, 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 up. Then like the last increase, the buyers go, no, enough is enough. So you see that last increase come down. And from a consumer standpoint, you sit there and go, oh, look at prices are going down. They're really not going down. It was just that last increase didn't stick. But let's take a look at the graphs this week, because they're somewhat interesting. When you look at the San Ramon market, you'll see that the active properties are up and pendings are down a little bit. That obviously is a great sign. But we've seen it going back and forth between the different cities. Matter of fact, you look at Danville, complete opposite. Pendings are up, actives are down, which makes sense. If pendings are up, actives are probably going to be down. Well, in San Ramon, I could have shown you a couple weeks ago where in San Ramon, the pendings were up and the actives were down. And Danville, the pendings were down and the actives were up. So it's kind of just goes back and forth a little bit. No huge swings, though. You look at the Blackhawk market, again, pendings are down, actives are up. But then you go to Alamo, pendings are up, actives are down. So it's kind of bouncing back and forth. And then you'll see Dublin, which pendings are up, actives are down. So it's really kind of going from city to city. There's no huge trends on what's happening with the market. So it almost seems like 1 week in the city, like San Ramon, it's one way, and then the next week it's the other, then the next week it switches back and forth. But by the time we get to mid-September, we'll really see, hey, is this, because what normally would happen is the prices will go down in August, settle down because of back to school, people getting their vacations in, and then it would kind of flatline a little bit till we hit the early spring, and then it would go back up. Well, last year with COVID, the prices just kept going up and up and up. So September and October are going to be very interesting. Now, people can say, hey, well, what about COVID? Obviously, the new COVID Delta is obviously rearing its ugly head and infecting a lot of people. But remember, this market had some of its biggest increases during the middle of COVID as people were taking advantage of low interest rates, getting out to the places with the yards, more bedrooms since they were working out of the home. So when you look at the percentages, again, they're all around 110%. When you look at Alamo, at 97, just like, when you see other areas like Alamo and Blackhawk, sometimes there might just be one pending, and sometimes it might be a $3-4 million property where you get a little bit more, reduction in the actual offering price. But for the most part, everything's been staying pretty consistent, around, 110%. Now, how much longer can that really go? The average home, let's say in San Ramon and Danville, let's say a million, started at 1.5 million, is going for $2 million. So literally, we just sold a home that, I'm going to sit there and say we met with these clients the end of last year. And so about, 7 months prior to putting their home on the market, and we were talking about 1.7 million. Then I basically called them and said, hey, I think we can get something that starts with a 2. And they go, Joe, if you can get us $2 million plus, we're all in. Well, we put it on the market under 2 million, ended up getting 300,000 more than asking, and they got over 2.1 million. But this home was dialed in, to the nines. And that's what people are really looking for. Because when you're talking about $2 million homes, a lot of times, both, spouses are working, both partners are working. And so you have a situation where they don't have time to do the remodel. And I will tell you, try to get a contractor. A 2x4 is $30. So the cost of remodeling is extremely high. Getting contractors is extremely tough. Now, the nice part with our situation, most of the contractors we work with, because we send them so much business, we're their like number one, customer. So if you do need some contractors, feel free to give us a call, and we can give you 2 or 3 that will come out and give you bids. So any other information, reach out. Again, Joe Kehrig. You can reach me 925-487-6838, or my email, joe.kehrig@cbrealty.com. Again, managing broker, Coldwell Banker Real Estate in Danville. And I'm excited to announce we're opening up a second office in Blackhawk. So we'll have an office in both Danville and Blackhawk. Look for the next couple of weeks. They're going to be interesting. They're probably going to show us where the market is trending. As always, may God bless you. May God bless your family. May God bless the United States of America. And especially right now, may God bless our military, our first responders, the tragedy that just happened in Afghanistan. Those people, the first responders, the military, they're out there in front. They're running towards the bullets, towards the bombs, to protect us from those. So anyway, may God bless our military, our first responders, our police, fire, doctors, nurses. So have a great week, and can't wait to see you next week. Take care.